Hey, good morning, y'all. Good morning. Sitting here drinking coffee, and had I thought about something. I don't know. It's crazy how life do you sometimes, and how far you will come from a situation, right? So I gotta. I want to share this memory with y'all. I got married August 13th, 2011. I was so happy, right? um Patrick was like my first real boyfriend. I met Patrick when I was probably like 18 going on 19. And it was just something different about him, right? So as time went on, we have two children together. We got married, like I said, August 13th, 2011. And by this time we are thriving, like in the relationship, as far as I had bought us a house. I'm working, and he had just come home from rehab. And so in my mind, I'm thinking, okay, yeah, this is gonna work. You know how you hear all of these stories about how people say, "Oh, I was with so and so for 10 years, and he was drinking, he was doing this, he was doing that, all this stuff," right? And they always triumph at the end. Like there's this big triumph, like, "Oh, we made it. We've been together for this long," right? So in my mind, I'm thinking that's gonna be us. We gonna go the distance, right? Girl. So I done got married. Well, we got married, and I'm so happy. I'm so excited because we got married. Everything's cool. We got these pretty pictures. We got all this stuff, right? And so maybe I want to say, I guess it had to be around November of 2011 is when I had started noticing a difference. So I'm like, okay, well, whatever, right? I didn't think too much of it. I had noticed he was doing some different things, but whatever. I was just like, yeah, whatever. So I noticed that some, like, one day he came home. It was actually the day before Thanksgiving that year. And he came home like really early in the morning. I want to say it probably had to be about 4 in the morning. Now, I had decided to cook that Thanksgiving because that was the year we got married. And I was like, yes, I'm gonna make us a big meal, right? So maybe around, I don't know, I guess it had to be around midnight is when I finally went to bed. And so I didn't think nothing of him not being there, because sometimes he would just be gone. He would be at, family members' houses or whatever. I ain't trip off of it. I was just like, whatever, I'm getting ready to go to bed. So I go to bed, and he got home at like 4 in the morning. I heard him come in, and I thought, oh, okay, he here is cool. So I'm just go on back over and go to sleep. So he came in, and he stayed in the living room for a while. But then I was just like, all right, whatever, I'm gonna roll on back over. I'm finna go to sleep. Then he got in the shower. So I was like, that's strange, but whatever. So we just he come on, got back in the he got in the bed. I'm like, hey, whatever, and left it alone. We get up, regular, Thanksgiving, family coming over, that kind of stuff. I'm still not tripping off of it. Then I want to say maybe at the beginning of 2012, I had got a message on Facebook from this woman. And y'all already know what she said, child. She came to me as a woman. Uh, may I speak to Barbara? So I was just like, girl, stop it. So she told me everything, and I was mad. I left work, um, went and confronted him, Girl, hit him all upside the head with my car keys and my purse, child. It was crazy. And so I made him take me to that girl's house. Yeah, I made him take me to that woman's house. Now first, he we went to her sister's house. And the sister was like, Pat, you know she ain't over here. Why you bring your wife over here? You know she ain't here. And this and that, right? So we go on to where she at for real. Y'all, I was so mad. I was all in the girl face, hollering and screaming, hollering and screaming. He's standing there crying. And I'm sitting here like, why you crying? Why you crying? So, long story short, I I left. Well, we got on back in the car and left. And whole ride home, I'm cussing and screaming and throwing shit, just acting a fool in the car, child. Get home, I'm still cussing, screaming, acting a fool. And I went on and I was just like, you know what, this is over with. We over with. And he was just like, he didn't want to break up. He wanted to go to counseling, this and that. But in my mind, I'm like, nah, fuck that. We done, motherfucker. We done. But then something said, well, just hear him out. Go ahead. Go to counseling. Go to counseling. Girl, that was a waste of them folks' time. That lady wasted her time, child. So I ended up talking to this woman named Val. She was a good friend, uh, and I told Val what happened. So Val was like, just give it a year. She said, y'all just got married. It's all new. Just give it a year. So I said, all right. And that's what I did. I gave it a year. And I want to say this had to be, I know it had just started coming up in the summer of 2012. So I think, I don't know. I don't know if it was probably June, July. I'm not sure what part of the summer it was, but it was the summertime. So he didn't come home. And now I'm scared because I'm like, what went on? Where he at? And the reason I was scared is because I just did someone's hair whose husband had overdosed, and he was with friends, and they just let him OD because they did not want to call the police or call an ambulance to get that man some help. And he OD'd and died, right? So I was scared because not only was he just didn't come home, but he wasn't answering his phone. He had did that for a few days, right? And I'm like, is he dead? What's going on? So I called his mama, I called his auntie, I'm calling all around looking for him. And people were saying they had seen him and he was okay. So I was like, all right, whatever. So then I decided I was going to go to his cousin's house because sometimes he would be with her husband. So I hop on in the car, I'm rolling, I got my little sister with me. And we just talking and I'm telling her, like, I just want to make sure he okay. And, I don't know what we going to do, but I just want to make sure he all right. Girl, I made a left on this street. I'm not going to tell y'all the name of the street, but I made a left. Baby, him and the girl is walking down the street together. Baby, when I tell you I pulled up on that curb like the Dukes of Hazzard, baby, I drove up on that curb so fast. I hopped out screaming, hollering, screaming, hollering. Little mama kept on walking. Me and him arguing. So I made him get in the car with me. Long story short, that year, that on our anniversary day, I went and filed a restraining order for one, because I wanted him out of my house. And then I ended up going to file for a divorce probably in I think it may have been like October or November or something. I don't know. But I filed for a divorce. And it took a while for the divorce to get finalized because we had to wait for a court date, and there are so many parameters in when you file for a divorce. So they they had we had to establish paternity. I can't talk. We had to establish paternity, and so we did that. Of course, my children are his. I ain't, nothing against nobody else who, may have slipped up. But anyway, um, and so we did that. And finally, our divorce was finalized in April of 2013. And um, what I learned is, as women, sometimes we'll see what's happening, and we'll just keep going on along knowing that it's wrong, knowing that it's wrong, and believing in this fantasy that we're going to do all these different things, and we're going to go the distance, and we're going to do this and do that, and all this stuff. We got all these plans, knowing this shit ain't right, right? And I attribute that to, we sit with other women and we talk and we share stories and we do all of these fantasy things. Everybody's fantasizing, right? Everybody's thinking about what they want instead of what it actually is, right? So I said all of this to say, stop believing in the fantasy, honey. You're going to have to recognize what's real and go with what's real, and understand that people are not going to change unless they want to. Okay? They have to change. You can't force them. All the love in the world, all the hugs, all the good food in the world is not going to make a person change. If you are in their hearts and they want to change, they will. But you could be in their heart and they still don't want to change. And they going to be like, girl, go on about your business. I'm going to still keep doing what I want to do. If you want to hang in there with me, you go right on ahead, but you're going to be hurt. Essentially, that's what they're saying every time they break your heart, right? Or let me rephrase that. Every time you allow them to break your heart. Okay? So with that, I've learned to just listen to what a man say he want and what he don't want. So if a man tell me, if I start seeing somebody and he say he don't want nothing serious, okay, I understand that. If he say he looking for something serious, okay, I understand that. And I move accordingly, okay? Let's stop fantasizing, ladies, okay? So this is my Saturday morning talk, my Saturday morning sip and talk, whichever we gonna call it. I don't know. Cupcakes, conversation for the soul. I don't know, child. Call it something. But anyway, I want y'all to just think about that. Stop fantasizing. We got to stop, y'all. We can't keep fantasizing and believing that things are something that they are not. I'm going to hop off of here because I want to finish my coffee and then start getting a little cold. And I'll talk to y'all later. Enjoy your weekend.